How is this 2 hours?
It felt much longer.
Oh, I so agree.
You remember when we said that you really felt the whole 2 hours of Cruella?
Oh, yeah.
This was like this on steroids.
I'd still say Cruella's worse overall if I had to pick one.
Oh man, I could not disagree with you.
Mostly because I feel like Cruella does more damage in the long run than this movie does. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying I liked it. But if I was like, which one teaches the worst lesson, I'm gonna go with Cruella.
Well, this one teaches you that being a gamer is okay. So.
Are you gonna deny the fabulous career that you just made?
It's like, are you dissing your own kind? Like, well, we're all gamers here. Look at my apartment. And the dog. Okay, so this is the.
It was a long bit.
This is the highly. Oh, no, the intro's not gonna be this long. I've cut it by this point.
Alright.
So this is the highly anticipated review for Space Jam 2, apparently.
Yeah, fuck you, by the way.
Hey, they're watching, and we're technically getting paid very, very little, but you know, it's still something.
Okay, fine. Raw, visceral reaction. Whoever suggested this, fuck you.
I don't know if it's suggested so much as we hit obligatory. Were we gonna have to cover Space Jam 2?
It's fine. Let's just talk about it.
Alright, who wants to go first? Ah!
Wow.
Apparently Howard. Your thoughts?
Oh, I just wanted to do a Charlie Brown scream because that's how this movie made me feel.
We're gonna get the police calling us now. we heard someone scream in your apartment earlier. Sorry, sir, it's Space Jam 2. Oh, okay.
We understand.
That's the 5th call we've gotten this week. Carry on. Did you guys have a strong connection to the original one?
I watched it in theaters, actually, yeah.
Alright, did you...
I like basketball. I like the Looney Tunes. I was a kid.
My dad was a big Michael Jordan fan, and it was the only movie he took me to see.
I remember liking this movie when I was a kid. I'm also of the opinion, if you still think that Space Jam, the first one, is an objectively good movie now, you haven't watched it in at least 10 years.
I mean, like, it's really propped up as, like, the whole... Like, we're kind of moving past the 80s nostalgia, we're getting more into the general 90s.
Oh yeah, this is
nostalgia.
like, we're absolutely in the 90s
So that's
now.
the only reason this movie was made.
Absolutely, yeah, and it definitely plays into that quite a bit. Now, granted, like, if you watch the first Space Jam now and you like it, like, as it is, I can understand that, like, as a stupid, like, insanely cynical product that the first Space Jam is.
Yeah.
I completely get that, but don't try to make the argument to you that it's objectively good, is my only ask. I think one commenter a while back tried to say that the Lola Bunny in Space Jam was better than the Looney Tunes show. It was like, she wasn't...
That's wrong.
She wasn't a fucking character in the first Space Jam. If you don't like the Kristen Wiig version, fine, but don't try to make the obviously sexualized objectification was better. She's still not much of a character in this movie either, but at least it's better. Kind of. I don't know. You okay there, Chris?
Stop.
I didn't think it was more possible, or I didn't think it was possible to make a worse version of Ready Player One.
Yeah.
The Lego Batman movie was already kind of a better version of Ready Player One.
It was. I actually like Lego Batman.
Yeah, I did. I was very surprised, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't hate it.
I know, right?
But I feel like an algorithm made this movie.
I get it. Ha ha ha.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's because it is. It's just as... I'm not going to say it's just as cynical as the first one, because the first one was...
way more cynical.
Yes and no, because the first one was very obvious, yes, we know it's a commercial, and we're leaning into that. Mostly when you had that fucker from Seinfeld show up to say, put on your Nikes, grab a Big Mac, and let's go! Yeah, so, as a corporate cynical product, the first one, I think, is still, objectively worse in that regard. This one's still really cynical, and obviously just here to sell toys and shit. But it's at least trying to do something. How good that is up for debate.
What's it trying to do?
Like, hey, be nice to your kids. Like let them do what they want. Like, I'm okay with that lesson. It's very obvious in what it's trying to do. Again, you don't have to like it, but it's still trying to do something. And I'm not gonna hate on it for
Honestly,
that.
the only thing this thing was missing to emphasize that point is just Vin Diesel in this goddamn fucking car going.
That is the one property I would have liked to have seen in this movie.
just like, yo, James, you fucked up. He's family. Let him play video games.
I don't need basketball. I got family.
I got family.
Oh god, I don't know. There's a lot. Like, that's where this movie kind of gets weird. Is the fact that it's still like a kids movie, but it has a lot of weird references that I don't know how kids are expected to get. Which means it's clearly also trying to pander to the nostalgic '90s crowd.
No, it's supposed to entertain the adults that got dragged by their kids to see this shitty movie.
I just don't know how many kids are gonna get the Austin Powers reference in 2021.
Who fucking cares? It's not for the kids. At that point, it's for the parents.
Yeah, I guess.
And even then, what parent is gonna willingly take their kids to Space MG is gonna be a huge Casablanca fan.
Yeah, right.
That one, that reference actually pissed me off. I got mad.
No, because you know there's gonna be like the one hipster dad that's like, oh, Casablanca.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's got a man bun.
So, for those who aren't aware of Space Jam 2 for whatever reason.
I thought this was Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Shut up.
Whatever. Fuck off. See, this is where I get to say fuck you. This one has like LeBron James, and it starts off with him as a kid who gets handed a Game Boy and then gets shamed for playing a Game Boy.
How dare you play a Game Boy?
It's like, how dare you play your stupid game? This is real. He yells at basketball, completely unaware that this is also in fact a game.
I get what
it's work.
I get what they're going for, but at the same time, like, what fucking parent wouldn't, or adult or whatever, wouldn't get pissed? Like, whoa, we're about to play a basketball game. Here's a Game Boy. Oh.
I mean, I get that mentality, but it's also like
I'm sorry, the coach is 100% in the right for getting pissed at kid LeBron James.
Fair, I'll give you that. It's more like the takeaway from that wasn't like, hey, put the Game Boy away when you're not playing basketball, so much as, hey, never play video games ever.
They play it off as like this, like, oh man, you're supposed to have fun, you're supposed to just do your best in our basketball games.
No,
like,
you gotta.
I'm sorry, but
do your best. You gotta do better than your best. It's because inside these 4 lines, it's work.
Okay, I'm sorry, but do you play video games on your job?
I mean, not when anyone's looking.
Okay, but like if your boss is there, you know your boss is there. Your boss is there, your boss is there. You're gonna just exit your Word document program. You're gonna go on Steam, and like you're not gonna be pissing your boss for. If you do get pissed at your boss, then your views are all fucked up.
Yeah, that's valid.
Like, I'm sorry, you're a fucking man-child.
I'll give you that. I'll grant you that.
And that's even worse than this literal child. Like, come on, man. This is fucking stupid.
Anyway, fast forward many, many years. LeBron James is LeBron James, the height of his peak. He's got a big fancy house and a gigantic basketball court in his backyard. He's got like 3 fucking kids.
I still think the most hilarious thing is like, he went to Miami Heat and then he went back to Cleveland, and there's a whole thing when he's like I'm gonna do what's gonna make my city, Cleveland, Ohio, happy, and then it's like he's gone to the LA Lakers.
And now LeBron James has announced that he's not renewing his contract with the Lakers. He's gonna be a free agent at the end of 2023 season.
Huh.
So,
dude's probably got enough money to live on the rest of his life, so
Yeah.
it's not like he needs to work.
Yeah, and the dividends from this movie.
Yeah, which I'm sure will be another cult hit 25 years from now. But anywho, so basically, as this kid named Dom, he wants to make video games. Meanwhile, LeBron James trying to force him to go to basketball camp, which he really doesn't want to do. He wants to make a shitty, like freeware version of basketball, and like what looks like made for a phone app. kind of version of
It's when like EA revives NBA Jam as a free-to-play mobile game.
It's like if EA made a basketball version of Shadow Raid Legends.
Right, here's the thing about LeBron James' kid going to basketball camp. Did you not see his backyard?
Yeah, right. Like, does he need to go
basketball courts?
Does he need
Can
to go to
LeBron
basketball?
James not pay people to come to his house and privately coach his kids?
But that way he doesn't get to send his kid away somewhere so he can go have sex with his wife.
I mean, if this was my kid, I'm on my way too. But,
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So anywho, meanwhile, Don Cheadle is algorithm for Warner Brothers,
Don Cheadle.
whose name is Al-G Rhythm. You get it? Who decides he wants to recruit LeBron James to be part of like the Warner Brothers brand. But LeBron says no, because why wouldn't he? And this makes Al-G Rhythm angry, so he tricks his son Dom and LeBron James into the server, like what they call it, the server universe?
The serververse, where it's just the world map from Kingdom Hearts with all the different fucking worlds.
Oh my god, they just needed a gummy ship.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of did.
Marvin the Martian ship is not a gummy ship.
It's close enough.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, apparently this is where the line is. I'm sorry, are we defending Kingdom Hearts' honor now?
No, I'm defending the gummy ship.
Like, isn't that the part that everyone says is the worst part of every game?
Only in the first one.
Up for debate. Anywho, so basically he ends up in the Looney Tune universe, and he decides, which only has Bugs Bunny in it for some reason, and then he decides I need to get a basketball team in order to stop Al-G Rhythm. Lord, every time I hear that name.
We just call him Don Cheadle.
Yes. Or War Machine. I'd much rather call him War Machine.
No, because Disney was
Like, if the mouse wanted our asses, they would have done it by now. God knows we made enough fun of them. So, yeah, Don Cheadle challenges LeBron to a basketball game, and if he wins, he gets his son back. If he loses, he has to stay there forever. And so that's where pretty much becomes the plot for the original movie. And the rest is just...
Now, I just want to point out that in the first Space Jam, the reason they decided upon basketball was because they came to the Looney Tunes world and they were like super short. And then, you know, like the Tunes are just like, they're super short. We can beat them at basketball, which is a game about being as tall as possible and screwing your opponent like that. Yeah, let's play basketball. This one is just like, hi, I'm gonna beat you at your own game.
I don't see how either are really better. Either is really better than the other.
I'm just saying that at least in the first movie, it made sense why they went to basketball.
I mean, they could have also said soccer. It would have made just as much sense.
No, you could have done, I don't know.
Or like golf. Really any sport, really.
Really, yeah.
And the rest is what it is. It's a series of...
High jump. They should have done high jump in the first one.
Oh, sure. Why not? And we're taking through the clip that's been circulating online where they go through all the different movie universes to find all the Looney Tunes. And they're all over the place. Like, one is in Mad Max Fury Road, one is in Casablanca, one is in Austin Powers for some reason, and a lot of references that kids are not going to get. And then Rick and Morty show up, which to me is just, that one's a little jarring. Just because I'm like, I feel like you're kind of encouraging your kids to watch Rick and Morty at that point, which you really should not be doing.
Well, you saw his cameo. Rick's just a lovable guy who goes dum-dums.
Oh yeah, that's totally his thing.
That's totally what Justin Roiland put in the script. That's totally what he said first before, like, hey,
okay, but
you
think
can't
about
be Rick and Morty. Also, like, in every single crossover Rick and Morty's in, like the Pringles ad, it's like, we're in a Pringles ad, we have to break out. Like,
where's the fourth wall break?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's why the Rick and Morty cameo feels really weird.
Yeah.
It's because Rick's not like, okay, we're getting paid, see ya.
Yeah, like, at least that would have made sense.
Like, there are contractual obligations or something like
See,
that. You know?
what really happened is they needed funding for their next season of Rick and Morty, and then LeBron James came on over and said, "Hey, do a cameo for Rick and Wendy First."
No, the real reason is probably that was part of the negotiation for Dan Harmon getting like 3 pre-approved seasons. Because that thing's like renewed like through season 6, I think. So at this point, it was just them I don't know. It's all fucking cynical bullshit. It's all fucking cynical. Who cares why? Who gives a shit why? Oh god.
So they go through all this trouble getting like Yosemite Sam back.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually play in the game.
Nor does Elmer Fudd, which is also weird.
Yeah. Also in Mad Max, they had that I don't know his name, but he's like
the gangster.
the guy. He was always like the gangster or the cowboy or whatever.
Yeah.
They kind of just like left him to die.
Yeah, he's fine. Well, technically, if you look at the position where he was like the Mad Max, so he's probably okay. He's got plot armor on. So from there,
I just don't.
look, that's like I'm not,
I understood I understood why they stole the shit, but it's just it's like after you get okay, great, we grabbed your friends. Now can we go grab the people that I want on my team?
I know you still could have gotten Superman.
You still could have got the Iron Giant.
So that's as stupid as this whole giant crossover nitpick is. Why not just have Superman on your team?
I would have liked that.
Why not just have the Iron Giant or King Kong? You're gonna have all these properties, and may as well fucking use them.
Or at least just have him go, nope, and then go to the next scene.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the plot of Hook is happening, where Don Cheadle is hanging out with LeBron James's son and doing the exact same plot of Hook, which is what I kept thinking of. It's trying to say, hey, I'm not so bad, your father's a bastard. I'll be your surrogate father from this point on until you realize I'm also bad. And then in which case you'll go back to your father. Which is, again, just a little weird, and then they try to put the father against the son, and I know what they were going for. It's fine, it's harmless, it's just all wrapped around just a lot of cynical marketing bullshit that I'm not gonna say is as bad as the Emoji Movie, but it's not that far off.
I mean, the Emoji Movie's already not the worst of that. I thought Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet was way worse than the Emoji Movie in that regard.
I disagree with that.
Hard disagree.
I'd
say this is worse than the Emoji Movie also.
I don't know if I go that far.
I mean, it's definitely worse than Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I hated Ready Player One.
I did not like it either. But Howard, a gamer knows a hater.
I'm gonna slap you.
So yeah, and for look, if they stuck it all in 2D animation, I can at least give it a pass a little bit for that, because I miss 2D animation as an art form, and especially in regards to Looney Tunes, I wish there was more of that out there. But then they gotta replace it with 3D animation that looks just way worse.
And also, LeBron's a Looney Tune. He's in the Looney Tune world. Also, first of all, didn't the Looney Tunes just live underneath a golf course in the center of the earth?
I don't think continuity matters here.
No, because of the serververse.
The serververse means it's all digital. So how did Michael Jordan get there? Maybe, am I asking too much of Space Jam?
Yes.
Probably, yes. But at the same time, what the fuck?
That's the case,
Because this is what I've heard, who are people our age, who this movie is, we're the core demographic. Every person I know who seems to be yeah, that didn't make sense.
Because I'm expecting a movie called Space Jam, A New Legacy, to make sense. That is definitely a case where you're asking too much of what is already an insanely cynical
They
product.
decided-
The bare minimum?
Yes!
Okay.
Bugs
How
Bunny
many are
decided
not?
that a core member of his basketball team was fucking Tweety Bird.
Well, to be fair, Tweety Bird was kind of incidental.
What?
Tweety Bird was kind of incidental.
No, but that's what I'm saying. As an actual practical member of a basketball team, Elmer Fudd would have been more useful. As he is actually at least
in the
2 feet
first
tall.
movie, Elmer Fudd makes the fucking Michael Jordan dunk.
But in this one, I was gonna say he raps, but he doesn't even do that. No, that's Porky Pig who does the rapping, because for some reason we need a fucking rap battle in there. Because we need to check all those boxes of what kids like today. And look, if you have a 4-year-old, they'll probably like this fine. Everyone else will suffer, but it appeases at the end of the day its most basic demographic.
Mommy, I like the movie with the funny man. Let's go watch Austin Powers.
Hey, you know what?
I
I also watched the Power Rangers, not the Power Rangers, the Austin Power movies growing up, so I
Yeah,
can't
so
really
did I.
judge
So
in that way. But it's more like, if I'm gonna look at like who this movie is for, and that's maybe like, I'm not as angry about this movie as like I was like the Emoji Movie Wreck-It Ralph 2, which is just like, yeah, I know it's bad, yeah, it's fucking garbage, but I know like there are some stuff that's clearly aimed at the nostalgic boomer, like nostalgic millennials, but the rest is clearly for 4-year-olds.
and here's the other thing about that is like Warner Brothers does have nearly a century's worth of iconic film figures. How many of those are exclusively safe for children?
According to this movie, not many.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is why you have characters from the fucking Clockwork Orange in the background, and fucking Pennywise standing next to Mr. Freeze, which I would actually is kind of PG.
right.
Movie.
That's why I hated this
But
movie.
yeah, and like the biggest one's Harry Potter. There's really not much Harry Potter shit in this movie. And granted, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Probably a good thing.
Given recent events.
I'm kind of over Harry Potter, to be honest.
The J.K. Rowling thing definitely put a full stop on any kind of interest in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sort of
Most
done
people
with Harry
aren't.
Potter after the 7th book came out. I didn't even watch the movie.
The 7th book is when it ended. No shit, you were over it.
Yeah, that's why I don't care anymore. So like when fucking Fantastical Beasts and whatever came out, I didn't give a shit.
I didn't even watch it. I hated the Red Man. I can't stand him. I think he is an awful fucking actor.
But he creates life. And he can take it away.
I thought, speaking of Cruella, I thought The Danish Girl was one of the most damaging films.
Which one?
The Danish Girl.
Did I see that one? What was Danish Girls?
The
Oh!
real story of the first sex change operation, which is not even close to the real story.
Of
it makes
fucking
a complete mockery
course.
out of LGBT history.
Of course, that movie has fucking Eddie Redmayne in it.
Yeah.
That was like Fantastic Beasts is basically Eddie Redmayne playing Doctor.
Yeah, anyway, Harry Potter sucks, but it makes more sense to be featured than virtually most other things in this movie.
I mean, not necessarily like Flintstones, Jabberjaw. I'll even go like Jabberjaw and the Jetsons make sense. In the
And then, like,
context of-
every time you see Space Ghost or something in the background, all I think of is, like, why isn't Space Ghost interviewing LeBron James?
I know, right?
Why isn't Space
And then-
Ghost on the team?
Why, like, every time I saw Peter Pottermore, I just think of, did you get that thing I sent you?
I don't even
Or
remember
every
that one.
time, Harvey Birdman attorney at law.
Oh, right.
Or when Birdman shows up, I just, like, is he gonna fucking sue Algae Rhythm?
I would love that.
That's the double-edged sword of these whole giant nostalgia bait things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, well, this person's here.
And like that,
I'd rather have them not there at all than them be distracting.
like I think this is one thing I will give this movie like a little bit of for. Someone on Twitter pointed this out, and I kind of have to agree, which is someone's like, what makes a movie better or worse than Ready Player One? It's like, okay, there's a joke in this movie about how LeBron James says he wants to put the Iron Giant on the same team as Superman, which means somebody who wrote this movie actually watched the Iron Giant. That's more than what I can say about Ready Player One.
Oh my! Like all I saw was the image of Iron Giant just murking people for Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is gonna suck ass.
Yeah. So again, like somebody fucking watched Iron Giant, so at least like a modicum of effort there, and we can all agree there's at least one legitimately good joke in this movie
Oh yeah.
that we all laughed at.
I feel stupid, but I fucking laughed. I should have saw it coming, but
I should have too, but like that was a genuinely good rug
actual
pull.
joke. It has a setup, a build up, and a payoff. And
It's
actually
just
pretty
works.
good.
It works.
Which is
The
just
Michael B. Jordan joke.
it's like when they all tease about like everyone's like, hey guys, Michael Jordan is here, and it was like, holy shit, he's back, and everyone's getting all excited. They're building up, the tension's building.
And he's literally wearing Jordans too.
And he's wearing Jordan. It's slowly it's pans into Michael B. Jordan, which is like, oh fuck you, that's clever.
I guess we all should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
But it was also
No, I knew
actually
it wasn't
fun.
gonna be Michael Jordan. I just didn't know how Sylvester was gonna fuck it up. I did not see Michael
I
B.
wanted
Jordan.
Bill Murray,
specific-
but honestly, I think the Michael B. Jordan gag's better.
It is. I was like, all right, that was like, you get one good laugh out of that. That was good. So I guess it's like I can't get myself to like I was miserable during this, but I'm not angry if that makes sense.
I'm angry.
Uh,
I feel my time was wasted.
do tell.
I genuinely feel I would have had a better night just sitting at home doing nothing than seeing Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Well, thank you for coming over and watching Space Jam: A New Legacy.
I just think
I came from an 8-hour fucking work meeting and then went straight into watching Space
Oh
Jam.
shit, man.
I came right from the office to go watch this.
I work at the school. I'm on summer break.
Oh, yippee-ki-yay for you, motherfucker.
I'm doing nothing for 2 more weeks.
So yeah,
But
I've already had a pretty suck salad of a day, and then this
Yeah.
movie fucking happened.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, okay, it's a suck salad. It's a salad that has watermelon in it for some reason.
ew.
Yeah, suck salad.
So a fruit salad?
No, because it's also got mustard for some reason.
But I'm just convinced that Warner Brothers does have a Warner 2000 algorithm. And I'm convinced it just wrote this movie.
It wouldn't surprise me if it did, which is so weird because, like, Warner Brothers is one of those things that has surprisingly good animated movies. Like, better than they have any right to be. Like, Lego Movie,
The
Lego
Iron
Batman.
Giant, the Lego movies, what else? Do we even count the Iron Giant anymore?
Did they make Storks? I always get that mixed up. Is that Storks?
No, that's Sunny.
Was it Sony? I can never remember. I always get
I
mixed up.
went
What the fuck
100%
is
did it.
Storks?
You haven't seen Storks?
We have to watch Starks now. It's a better movie than this.
It's actually a pretty good movie, but much better than having a right to be.
Alright.
It's one of those.
I would rather have watched Storks than this.
If
fucking
you watch
movie.
the
that's
if
a
you watch
pretty
Ralph Breaks the
good one.
Internet,
Yeah.
and they go online because of Disney.com, and they have like the giant building that's all Pixar, the giant building that's all Star Wars, the one that's all Muppets,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, this is shameless.
Yeah.
This is that just the entire movie.
Yeah. And that's pretty on brand for this franchise. Which again is not like I expected this movie to carry itself with dignity in any way.
I mean, like the first Space Jam was based on advertisements.
Yeah, it was based on a commercial.
It was based on the commercial and like the whole
Like Hair Jordans, I think it
the
recall.
whole weird '90s gangsta Looney Tunes obsession.
Yep, that was like discount merchandise, right?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
That's still where that happened, but that's the reason Space Jam existed, and it still felt like it had more artistic integrity than this.
See, that's where I kind of disagree, honestly.
Oh no, it's a shameless advertisement.
I mean, both are. I just feel like
But-
if you're doing anything, the first Space Jam was more honest about it. I will say.
Okay.
I guess I can say that.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing that really upsets me about this movie. It has both great animation and really bad animation.
It's like, and that's where
Oh,
in the
hair
same
effects on
frame.
Gossamer. Oh man.
in the
Gossamer
same
looks awful.
scene, there is great like like he's algorithm, and he's got the whatever, and then there's fucking Pete, and Pete looks like something from a student film from 2002.
I'm convinced Pete is a rejected design from Scoob. Like they had the Astons made and everything, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna use this later. Oh shit, here it is.
Is it bad? I've already completely forgotten who Pete is.
The little
The reference.
Oh, the fucking
Yeah.
robot thing! Wow, this movie's already losing traction in my mind.
That's how you can be so.
And like I said, like, the
watch these
actual-
shit shows.
Like the actual 2D segments of this movie are actually pretty well animated.
Yeah.
Like they actually look and move pretty well. Like
and even like the bit
I
when
mean,
he's
not like the best ever, but for like
the thing that got me in the DC
But even-
section, or like the DC section is
Okay.
the DC animated universe, which is fine, awesome, good to give that nod. But then they still have Joaquin Phoenix Joker in the background and Jack
But-
Nicholson Joker.
well, but like
and
when it's
Heath
whenever
Ledger
it's
Joker.
2D animated, it looks fine. But whenever it's in 3D, that's where it kind of goes
So
to
there's
shit.
some weird uncanny valley
Yeah.
where it kind of looks like Bruce Timm's artwork, but at the same time nothing at all like it.
Yeah,
And that was like
That's a little jarring,
You,
yeah.
you should have just
pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something hard?
I was trying to say there was it was just so weird. Like Don Cheadle's manipulating the serververse, but then there's fucking Pete, and Pete just looks awful.
Pete does absolutely look like a rejected mascot character.
He looks
from
like
the 90s.
I still think he looks like a student project from 2002.
It's-
I swear to God, those little Elroy Jetson robots from Scoob, I swear, like Pete was concept art for them.
I've already forgotten so much about Scoob. All right, now I remember.
I've
All
seen,
right.
I've seen Scoob an unfortunate amount of times.
I've seen
due
it
to the
exactly
kids I
one
work with.
time. I'm so sorry.
I've seen that movie at least 12 times.
Are you ready to watch this movie about 12 times?
No.
I'm so sorry.
No. I didn't think it would get worse than Scoob, and then for the last week they picked The Boss Baby 2.
I'm so sorry. I should not laugh
Oh,
at that.
man.
That movie is fucking weird.
I have some thoughts about Boss Baby 2, but that's for a different video.
Oh, you already did that one. That was that was.
But now we'll tell you the weird incest undertones about Boss Baby 2 afterwards.
Oh, we can talk about that later. I just know that I watched that one with Matt at his place, and around the time he started getting started nipple twisters was when we paused it, and it was like, all right, I'm getting whiskey. That was the rest of the video. That was the rest of the viewing experience. So
I
yeah,
have nothing more. to
Space
say about
Jam
this.
2.
Don Cheadle was in like this weird place where he was trying. He wasn't trying at all, but also trying way too hard at the same time.
he cannot find a middle ground. Like
Yeah.
he looked like
I have no idea what the fuck he was doing.
he both looked bored out of his mind and looked like he was having a good time at once, and there was like no in between, and it was really kind of jarring. And there's some parts where he's make giant CG versions of them, which always like just creepy and unsettling, not in a good
I
way.
get where you're an actor. You like, well, it's your job, so you do what pays.
Yeah.
I'm sure this was a big paycheck for Don Cheadle, but was it worth your dignity, Don? Was it worth your dignity?
Yeah, but he's War Machine, so whatever.
At this point, he just got a Disney Plus show coming out, so you know.
He's good.
Yeah, War Machine's getting his own show.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he could do stupid shit
Cool.
like
I haven't
Space
seen
Jam.
any of Loki or Falcon Winter Soldier yet.
Oh, shit, they're good.
I did get spoiled about the big bad of Loki,
Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid.
and well, I'm happy that
It's
this-
been like 2 weeks.
I'm happy
okay?
that the spoiler made it.
Yeah.
They should have been in a long time ago. But at the same time, like,
It works.
from what I've heard, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to see it.
I watched it. I thought it worked. Because it's not even like that version of that character. It's it's like a different version of him.
Well, for that character, a different version is like barely scratching the surface.
Well, it's
you
like
know?
it's like one of the good
Well,
versions.
it makes sense for that character to have a different version.
Yeah.
There
So,
we go.
but anyway, Space Jam 2. It's exactly what you think it's gonna be. There's no surprises here.
Also, Pennywise is in that movie way too much, and I am afraid of clowns, so I hate this movie.
Oh yeah, he's right behind Don Cheadle. So every time they cut to Don Cheadle, you just see Pennywise lurking in the background.
Like, I don't watch this movie. If you're afraid of clowns, don't do it.
You really need to. Never mind.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Just because you're a clown, I don't have to do it.
I'm a performer. Thank you.
You're a fucking clown.
Wow.
That's how it should end.
Okay, fine. Fuck you too. Get back here, you clown phobic.